Hey there, Aries. This is a general reading for the week of March 21st through March 27th, 2022. We're going to be taking a look at the values that you've kind of been developing or having pop up recently, how they apply to this week, and how to kind of focus it to your advantage for the future. So we have here conch shell, homecoming, afterlife. So with this card, the concept is that the conch shell indicates a tie to your home. It's used as decorations around the home. It's also kind of a concept of making sure that you recognize who helped you come to where you are in life. That might be family, friends, it could be significant others, even exes, and kind of basically indication that you're connected to something, even when you might not be able to see it with your eyes. So how it impacts your week, you have Earth Spirit, stability. So we'll get into like tarot cards to get more kind of information about how it'll apply and how to harness this going forward. You have Truth. So let's take a look in terms of how this concept of homecoming, afterlife has been popping up for you. You have the King of Discs or Pentacles, which is power, Prince of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. So it basically indicates maybe some mentor, maybe a parent figure, father figure that basically you see as the provider, protector, and you kind of being the, I see you as the Prince of Wands in this deck. It's called Prince of Wands, but the equivalent is the Knight of Wands. So I see you as the Knight of Wands, kind of wanting to explore and go out into the world. And with the Eight of Cups, it's a sense of actually doing that, leaving behind what you know, what you're comfortable with, maybe even upsets, but it is the emotional world that you know and moving forward. Let's take a look here at the King of Discs. You have Six of Discs, which is about reciprocity. It's about giving when you can give and needing to accept when you aren't in the position to provide for yourself. So I am getting a sense of you've been kind of focusing on relationships with providers. So if this could be your significant other even, and kind of if your significant other is kind of putting in more financially, and this also for some of you would be like a parent figure who has to provide for you, and maybe every now and then you need to go back and say, hey, I need help with the bills, I need help with the rent, can I stay here for a little bit? And basically it's really bringing that focus of what is who is your home and who has helped support you along the way. Let's take a look at the Prince of Wands, you have Prince of Cups. So Knight of Cups. So here it's this concept of wanting to go on adventures, wanting to pursue life, wanting to pursue your passion, pursue your love, whatever that, is for you. Creativity, it could be an individual, could be a certain type of career. And I'm going to clarify here the 8 of Cups. You have the 5 of Cups, disappointment. So in terms of what you might be kind of looking at is this situation of your connection with home being something where you wanted to leave because you were perhaps unhappy at times. I would say for this situation here with this conch shell card, it is more kind of recognizing what your home has provided to you. So you can always look at the negative aspects of it, but I would say there's a certain value in having the ability to get support when you absolutely need it, or even certain, desires, even if you have a rigid parental figure, that kind of viewpoint might have inspired this more adventurous, imaginative aspect of you that you developed, and just recognizing that is kind of something that this the value in that is what this conch shell card kind of indicates. So how it will apply for this week for you, Earth Spirit stability, it is kind of you can see the look on this, maybe you can't see it that well, on this I believe it's like a fairy on their face. They don't really look that happy. So this card is about getting grounded, maybe recognizing where you come from, what is important to you in your home. If you have this kind of negative view of it, then you're going to feel negative about it. So let's see how it applies to your stability this week. You have the 6 of Wands, the Ace of Discs or Ace of Pentacles, and the Princess or Page of Swords. So it indicates here that this sense of the Prince of Wands and Prince of Cups aspect, the adventure, the imagination, is really going to help you overcome some obstacle, but basically you are going to feel really good about what you've accomplished this week. With the Ace of Discs, it indicates a project or a job, something where you have like really started this road to prosperity. And with the Princess of Swords or Page of Swords, it's a sense of curiosity, not only about the world in this project that you're working on, but of maybe even looking back at, hey, maybe I did learn something. Maybe that, prior relationship or that home situation where I was trying so hard to get out of, it did show me, certain tools I need to go in this direction and kind of start something for myself. So let's see what this 6 of Wands has. You have King of Swords. which is basically a sense of being able to communicate, being able to use logic and reason to make decisions, and wanting to pursue your truth, your honesty. So this is kind of you really, the things that you've learned at home or whatever was your home really helped you to kind of find your voice, to find where the direction you want to go, and you are starting to feel like powerful in that. So let's take a look at the Ace of Discs. You have the Eight of Discs. Says dedication on the card here. So basically, it seems like this is perhaps a new career, new job, something where you are actually starting to use your talents and skills in a way to manifest value in the material world. And it's almost as if whatever you had in your home situation, even though you feel sometimes when you look back on things, it's easy to remember the negative things when you have that story in a negative framework. So here it seems like you are kind of getting stability in your own world, and it's a connection of recognizing what you are, what it is that you want based on the way you were, taught in the past, or beliefs that you had, and kind of seeing the connection between them. I'm going to see what we have with the Princess of Swords. You have Princess of Cups, which is basically the same as the Page of Cups. So I think it's interesting. You have the Prince or Knights over here, and then you have the Pages here, which is about a sense of learning. And with the Princess of Cups or Page of Cups, it's about being able to see potential in everything, and imagination, and really kind of coming from a place in an open heart and open mind with, both the swords and the cups. So it seems that you are in a place of stability, and this concept of recognizing that if you needed to, you can go someplace and get support. It might make you, for whatever reason, feel embarrassed, or think about the negative times, or wanting to leave home. I think at some point everybody wants to leave home. Even before I moved out of my house, I think I ran away at least once, probably just to the neighbor's house or something. But basically just this recognition of having support somewhere in from your home has really given you this ability to know what stability is, whether you lacked it in your home, or you had it and it's a different version of it. It's really kind of gotten you to a place where you are stable. So let's see how, in terms of how you can use it going forward to focus it in on truth. Let's see what that's about. You have the Prince or Knight of Swords. You have the Five of Discs, and you have the Prince or Knight of Discs. So I think that's interesting in the sense that, again, you have these court cards showing up with the Knight or Prince of Swords. That is a truth seeker. That is someone who is absolutely going to charge into action and make things right. when it comes to the Prince or Knight of Discs, it's someone who actually looks at things for the long term. They're a little bit more reserved. They really are concerned about putting in the effort that they need to put in. So with the Five of Discs here, it's almost a sense of not having what you want financially or feeling that way. And I think that almost that the truth aspect here is that if you keep holding on to this concept of your home or the values that you learned growing up, if you keep looking at them from a sense of they didn't give me anything I wanted, I had to, almost from a victim point of view of I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, and I had to leave, and now you can do all these things. It really will keep you more focused on your story of having to struggle, and it won't be in this place of looking at the world with a sense of wonder and awe, and that is what will help you. That kind of curiosity and pursuit of the amazing aspects of life is what will help you grow. So being stuck in this story of your past is going to make it that you are really more rigid and more like the things you were escaping growing up. I'm going to clarify the Five of Discs. You have the Queen of Wands. So, Aries, I see this as you now, as you went from maybe the Knight of Wands wanting to leave, but you are truly this vibrant being and looking at things, looking at your path as with limiting beliefs really makes it that you're constantly, fighting for something and constantly reaching for something when you have what it takes already. So let's clarify here. The Prince of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. So in terms of running out and making things right, you have everything you need to be happy right now. Let me clarify the Prince of Discs. You have the Two of Wands. So basically, you can do anything you want. Wherever you want to point your wand of imagination, creativity, innovation, you can go ahead and do that. You can start planning for your future, but really the best future that you could have is with a narrative of positivity of your past. It's not saying ignore everything that wasn't great, but really tapping into how you were really given the tools you needed to be this imaginative, creative individual that is talented and skilled and really coming into your own and being confident. So this is what I have for the week of March 21st. For a more full picture, be sure to check out your readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. I hope this provides a helpful perspective, and we'll see you next time. Take care.